The markets have been quite volatile over the past few days. We saw Bitcoin dropping to around $74,500. We saw gold dropping from 5,500 down to 4,400 right here. Massive drop for both assets right here, especially for gold. We saw gold 21% down, and also silver went down 40%. We will discuss everything in today's video. We will discuss how to secure yourself so this kind of drops don't affect you. Now, quick analysis here on Bitcoin. Let's see what will be the next price targets. We are basically right now facing big, big resistance at around $79,000. I think it's unlikely we'll break it for now. If we will break it, the next price target would be $84,000. If not, we will probably retest this zone at $74,000. I'll also talk about my Bitcoin buying prices, where I'm looking to buy more Bitcoin in the upcoming months. As you know, I mentioned multiple times that the cycle ended in October, and since then we saw a massive correction. Let's quickly go over here to the daily chart so we can see it more clearly. And here we have it from 126 down to 74k, 40% correction for Bitcoin. The question right now is the correction over, or can we see even lower prices? Now I have to say, guys, do you see what I see here on this chart? Let's quickly take the brush tool, and we see here one shoulder, we see here one head, and here we see another shoulder, and we are basically on the verge of a breakdown. If this head and shoulders pattern will play out, I expect 50k, maybe even 40k for Bitcoin. That's why we have to be very careful right now with our positions. I'm not FOMOing into any positions. As I mentioned, we saw this big run a couple of weeks ago, and altcoins started to pump, many other tokens started to pump, and everybody was like, oh, the bull market is back, and they were FOMOing quick gains. I was patient. I mentioned also in my videos before, be patient, guys. Don't jump into any high risk trades. Always play everything from a point of safety. It's very important, because if you're protecting your capital, you can compound your capital for a long period of time. If you're risking to make some quick buck on every pump, then you will not do very well in the long term. Sometimes maybe it works well, but in most cases it doesn't. So here for Bitcoin, I mentioned the zones that we're looking at. If we're gonna break now to the upside, we will see probably 84k. If not, we will retest the $74,000 zone. I would like to buy Bitcoin right here. I marked it with this blue line, $52,000. I think that's quite likely for this. Let's also quickly go over here and check the other Bitcoin chart here. This one, where I marked it also with the Fibonacci retracement tool, so we can see it more clearly. How far can we drop right now for Bitcoin? Here we have the chart, here we have the Fibonacci retracement, and we see Bitcoin right now on the way to a 50% correction. I think the juicy buying zone would be somewhere around here at the 61.8 Fibonacci line, and that's also called the Fibonacci golden pocket. That's where I would like to buy some more Bitcoin. I think that's definitely a very good price. Now let's also talk here about Ethereum. Ethereum, which also had a massive drop here since the top here, around 55% drop. You have to be careful out there. Don't buy assets when they are overbought. You can see it here. Just use the weekly RSI if you don't want to trade too much. If you're not a active trader, you can just use the weekly RSI for your long-term positions. And we saw here, market was definitely hot and needed to cool down. But as we can see here, we are slowly getting into a buying zone. I think a couple more weeks or months, and we will see some very, very juicy buying opportunities for Ethereum. I already mentioned in my videos before, I'm looking to buy Ethereum somewhere around here, $1,300. That would be a very juicy price for Ethereum. Besides that, let's also quickly talk about gold right here. Where would I buy gold? For now, I would definitely wait. I think the bubble basically bursted and now it needs to cool down. We saw many signals. People were lining up in front of the stores. People were running to buy gold. I had even friends calling me and asking if it's a good time to buy gold. Those were all top signals. Now I think the market needs to retrace a little bit, and I would definitely like to buy somewhere around here. 3,900. It can also go lower to 3,300. So be careful out there. This was it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to take profits, join the VIP trading group, and let's trade with the pros. Bye bye.